IMROZ is a large phase 3 study that was presented recently, where patients who are elderly, transplant-non-eligible, were included to receive treatment by isatuximab and VRD, bortezomib, lenalidomide, dexamethasone, so the quad regimens, versus VRD, bortezomib, lenalidomide, dexamethasone as a control arm. Treatment was given continuously, and so it was 440 patients included, and the primary endpoint was progression-free survival. So the data so far have been presented, and we've seen a benefit in progression-free survival for the patients receiving the quad regimens, ISA-VRD. So the 60 months rate of PFS was 63%. Almost 2/3 of the patients are progression-free at 5 years, which is remarkable. And the median PFS of the VRD arm, the control arm, was 54 months. So a clear benefit in progression-free survival. The overall survival data are not mature yet. And safety-wise, it was well tolerated in those patients with no increased rates of infections or other treatment emergent side effects per year. Yeah, so this subgroup analysis on frailty that we presented at this meeting is a post-hoc analysis. So we used what we call IFM simplified frailty score. It's a frailty score based on ECOG performance status, age, and the Charlson Comorbidity Index. And so we are able to stratify the patients based on their frailty, and we have two groups, the frail and the non-frail patients. So in IMROZ, it was 130 patients who were frail and 310 patients who were non-frail. It's important to say that in IMROZ, patients were younger than 80 years old. So patients above 80 years old were excluded, right? So we have patients who are frail per ECOG performance status or per Charlson comorbidities, but not per age. Yeah, so the results are, I think, very interesting because we observe in the frail population of patients the benefits of the quad regimen, ISA-VRD versus VRD. So the benefit is observed in frail and in the non-frail population with a hazard ratio of 0.78 and 0.79 respectively. And the quality of life is preserved in both groups, frail and non-frail, receiving the quad regimens. And there is no added side effects in the frail population of patients. The most frequent side effect is hematologic side effect and the neutropenia, and then it's infections, but there is no major increase of side effects in the frail population of patients. So I think that's a good indication that the quad is feasible even in the frail population of patients. Of course, it's a selected frail population of patients because they are below 80 years old, right? But still, we can do the quad for those patients, and it's efficient, and the safety profile is very much manageable. Yeah, I think we are very excited to have these new combinations available. Hopefully soon with the quad regimens. It's also changing the way we treat these elderly patients, probably with two different subgroup of patients: the one who will be eligible for the quad and the one who will not be eligible for the quad. So we also have to work on this frailty score and how we evaluate those patients to stratify them in the best way possible. So it's new options and with, again, improving the outcome of those patients, which is remarkable. Yeah, so I think these quad regimens will become the new standard of care treatment for the elderly fit population of patients. That's clear. And the question is, where can we move these quad regimens in the landscape of the transplant-ineligible patients, and of course, how frail the patients can be and receive the quad regimen. So I think this study is bringing some interesting data. It's the only study with the quad for transplant non-eligible that can assess this question, because in the two others, Cepheus and Benefit, the frail population of patients were excluded by inclusion-exclusion criteria. So it's only in IMROZ that we could do this analysis of frailty. I think now, in the future, we'll probably have to develop some quad light regimens, as we did for the VRD light as well, to be able to treat more frail patients or more elderly patients with the quad in the future. And that will be very interesting to improve the outcome.